Yo guys, what's going on? It's TNSEANO here, and today I'm going to be going through my Torment 6 speed build on Diablo 3, obviously in Seasons 3. I'm going to try and go through this as quick as possible, so I'll just go through kind of the items you need. Everything you need is in the description, but I'm just going to go through them again on this video anyway. Now, the absolute bare minimum you need is this Avarice band. You will definitely need that 100%. That is from Act 3 bounties. It's really common, so it's not that hard to get. And you will need the Wreath of Lightning gem and the Boon of the Hoarder gem, both rank 25. So it's not an early build. You still need to go and get the vault. You still need to go and get that gem and be able to rank them up. So you won't be able to do this build super early, but you know, within a few hours of Torment 6 farming, you should be able to get this build going. Now that's the absolute minimum, but I'm just going to go through the rest of my items. Obviously there is quicker builds out there, but I've put a lot into testing experience on this build, so you're gaining a lot of Paragon levels as well as gold and obviously items, and getting through it as quick as possible. So I'm using the Wrath of the Wastes set. Now this is the best set for this, because obviously you'll speed through, and your little tornadoes that you spawn with the 6 set will absolutely destroy everything. The only thing is you'll probably struggle a little bit on elites, but you know, it won't take too long to kill them. So I'm just using that, and I'm using the crown for the bonus XP. Now the reason this works is because you'll need the Ring of Royal Grandeur. This obviously reduces set items needed, as you probably know, so I'll just quickly go through it. What I'm using the crown for the bonus XP, obviously Squirt's necklace. This is because the 75% extra gold from monsters. I've got the Wastes chest. Obviously I'm not using Rend, but I use Rend in my main build. Chalanic's chain, I use this for the Warcry movement speed. Obviously most of you know it's 30%. It could be 40%, which would be a lot better, but this is what I've got. So legs, standard here. Obviously it's got the gold from monsters and the increased gold and health pickup. Secondary, which is pretty good. And the boots, which is the same, secondary, gold and health pickup. You know, I've got a different set for my main set. Not as much of this stuff is ancient, because I've just needed to get the set items. I'm not worried about whether it's ancient or not. Obviously ancient items would help a lot. And I'm using the BK weapons for the obvious increased movement speed when you're whirlwinding. Now you don't have to use this set, you could use other sets, but this is going to be by far the quickest. I mean, you could do it with a Raycore build or something, but like I said, the minimum you're going to need is this Avarice band. If you don't have a Ring of Royal Grandeur, I mean, you could use like a stolen ring for the extra gold, or you know, Leoric's signet for the bonus experience increase. So that's up to you. Other items you could use, if you're not worried about the XP and you want to go through it as quick as possible, you could use these arm guards instead, the War's a Chain, or whatever, however you spell it. And basically every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain like a 40% increased speed, something like that. And obviously it's got the secondary of increased gold pickup. Then if you're not rolling the crown, you could roll the chest, which will help a lot with gold. The gold skin chest, that is 100% extra gold, and obviously they kind of spawn gold on the floor when you hit them as well, so it's like a second to the Boon of Hoarder. It's really powerful. It's going to get you a lot of gold, but I'm not using that. I'm using the crown, so therefore I can't use the chest as well, otherwise I'll lose the set bonus. But this is getting me tons of experience, so that's good. The other thing you could use is the gold wrap. I'd really recommend this if you struggle with toughness, because when you're using this, you're picking up tons of gold from the necklace and all the boosts and items put together. So you're going to gain like armor every time you're picking up gold, and it's insane. Like, I've seen it where I've been at like 400 billion toughness or something stupid. Literally the numbers won't even stay on here. if you just keep killing and it just keeps stacking up and stacking up. But obviously this is mainly down to this ring. Like I said, the reason this ring works is because each time you pick up gold, it increases your gold and health pickup by 1 yard for 10 seconds, stacking up 30 times. So obviously that's going to be 30 yards, and then you've got other things like this is increasing it by 2 yards, 2 yards, 1 yard. So it's going to be like 35, 40 yard radius, which is pretty huge with the amount of gold dropping. So it's going to be a constant speed boost there. And then you've got the Wreath of Lightning, which is 15% chance on hit, but obviously where you're hitting so many mobs, it's constantly going off literally, and that's another 25%. You don't have to use these weapons. Like I said, this is just the best I've found to use for experience, gold and items. And obviously if you don't have that, you know, you might have the two-handed weapon, the immortals. You could get the immortal belt, and I don't know, you could just do the best what you can with what you've got, but you will need this avarice band minimum and the boon of hoarder gem. Obviously Squirt's necklace, there is other necklaces out there, but you want things with extra gold. That's going to help you a ton. Now I'm just going to go through my abilities and spells. Obviously this is for the waste set, so if you've got other sets you can kind of adapt to your own needs. Now obviously the minimum is sprint. Every speed build should have sprint. I've got that with marathon, so it doesn't matter what set you've got, you're going to want to put sprint in there. Now I've got Call of the Ancients with Cancel Rises, obviously because I don't have the immortal set, they're not up all the time, so I'm just using them to quickly kill the bosses at the end, you know, the Rift Guardians, sometimes the elites, but this helps tons with damage. It's just like loads of damage from your Ancients. I've got Whirlwind with Wind Shear. This is mainly because, you know, I need Fury, and I've got Dust Devils from my set, and I don't really need Blood Funnel. I don't really need any of these, and the Fury is really nice, so I found out that's to be the best. Warcry, I've got it with Charge, but that's only because if there's like a big dead end and there's no mobs to hit and you're running out of Fury, then Warcry obviously will help a ton with Fury, and it's going to give you a big speed boost. But you know, if you need toughness, I'd recommend going with Impunity. Obviously sprint with Marathon, like I've already said. I've got Battle Rage with Bloodshed. This is mainly because, you know, it works really well with your tornadoes and stuff. Everything's blowing up, and that's good. It's not as powerful as last patch, but it's still probably the best for this build. There's no other really you could use. Maybe the increased damage bonus if you just want to go ham and kill shit. Now Wrath of Berserker, obviously with 50% increased damage. I just use that when I need to kill elites faster and that sort of thing. Now my passive skills, you're going to need Boon because obviously you don't have Immortals. If you do have Immortals, you won't need Boon. Like I said, adapt to whatever you need. Berserker Rage, I find myself out, you know, top Fury all the time because of my weapons, so, you know, 25% extra damage, that's obvious. Rampage, I don't need to say anything anyway, this is in every build. And then the last one is debatable between Brawler and Ruthless. Now I use Brawler because most of the time I one hit most of the white mobs anyway, so dealing 40% additional damage to enemies below 30% health is not very efficient for me. But if you are struggling to kill elites, maybe you could drop Brawler and take Ruthless, because, you know, if you're struggling on elite and all the mobs around it are dead, then Brawler's not going to help you anyway. But it's entirely up to you. You know, that's pretty much the standard passives, with one that's debatable. You know, you can choose. Now I'm just going to equip the gold wrap and show you the power with a gold wrap. Obviously you can see my toughness here, it's 8 million at the moment. So I'm just going to go into a Torment 6 Rift, show you the power of this this belt. If you're struggling for toughness, this is the one you want. It's elite straight away. So get that down. You can see my toughness now, it's 100 million. I'll just leave that up there so you can see it. The one thing I will say about this build is it will lag you out a bit. I've obviously got a really good computer, but it still lags me because the amount of stuff going on, the amount of gold dropping and that sort of thing. But like you've seen in the videos before this, it's really just stupidly fast. And look at my toughness, man. So that's the first level gone through there. You know, that took like, I don't know, 10-20 seconds. Toughness just shoots up. Like literally, I could stand in anything right now and just not die. Each time you're looting gold, look at the toughness, man. It's just insane. Over 1 billion toughness, and this will obviously, this rift isn't the best because I keep running into stuff. There's no mobs to hit here, which fucking sucks. But yeah, as you can see what it's like. The toughness, man. It's just insane. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this build. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and that sort of thing if you want to see more. Obviously, this is not the only build like this out there, but I've adapted it to experience, and I've noticed it helps a ton for me. I don't know what that ring is. A Bolkaphos, I think. A wedding band, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.